Ladies and gentlemen, before we get into the video, we have some very serious business to attend to. If you look closely at the background, you might notice something different. No? Subtle flex not working? All right, let me make it a little less subtle. Second 2 Comma Club Award in the mail, baby. Let's go! My enemies, your enemies, my enemies. Anyway, with that disturbing introduction out of the way, let's get into the video. And let's talk about how to get you to $10,000 a month as a freelance copywriter so that one day you may even have one, or hell, even maybe 2 of these awards on your wall.
Okay.
If you're new to the internet, by the way, these awards each represent making over $1 million with ClickFunnels with a different offer. Okay, you can't just get 2 awards for the same offer hitting $2 million. Now, this video is going to mark the start of a 5-part, maybe even 6 or 7-part video series where I will be walking you through for free right here on YouTube.
Hey, that's pretty good.
The full rundown of how to get started as a freelance copywriter, how to land your first ever paying client, and how to leverage them to land your second, your third, and so on until you hit the almighty $10,000 a month mark.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm gonna walk you through exactly how I got started and how I went from $0 to $10,000 a month copywriter in 30 days when I got started 5 years ago, which is faster than 99% of people that I know. I'm gonna give you the specific and actionable strategies, the same exact strategies that I've given to 56 copywriters who have personally helped hit 6 or even 7 figures.
Wait a minute. Who are you?
Now, firstly, if you're new around here, you might be wondering, what makes me qualified to teach this stuff? Who is this crazy dude dancing around like an ape, wearing a finish line on his shirt? What makes me different from all the other copywriting gurus and YouTubers out there? Well, here's the truth. I'm not good at most things. I am incapable of reheating Nando's in the oven without setting the oven on fire. I've caught an Uber to the wrong airport more than once, and I have never been on time for anything ever. Not even birth. I was born 2 weeks late. And hell, I'm not even the best copywriter in the world. But if there is one thing that I am better at than any other human being who walks this earth, it is helping copywriters hit $10,000 a month. And I am open to debate if anyone wants to challenge me on that. Since I started coaching 5 years ago, I've helped over 56 people go from 0 or very low to 6 figures. 3 of them hit 7 figures and hundreds more of them have quit their jobs and are now making a full-time income from freelancing. So sure, maybe technically Andrew Tate or someone like that has helped more copywriters hit 6 figures because he has like 80,000 students, and so even a 0.1% success rate would be higher than my 56. But the sheer volume of students doesn't make his program more effective in my opinion. And I don't know anyone else in this space who produces as many ridiculous case studies as consistently as my program. Logan Lapierre from homeless to 6 figures in 6 months. The Daily Mail, which is the biggest news outlet in Australia, actually did an article about it if you want to go check that out and see it for yourself. Luca Meneghetti, a 16-year-old Italian high school student who went from 0 to $10,000 a month as a copywriter in 25 days while still going to school every day, by the way. James Conti from being fired from McDonald's and dumped by his girlfriend in the same week, ouch, to making $10,000 a month freelancing 90 days later and $1 million a year with his own offer 1 year later. Ray Pang going from immigrant about to be deported back to Singapore to learning copywriting from scratch and making $10,000 a month all within 1 month, and then $1 million a year agency a year after that, $2 million a year 2 years after that, and so on and so forth. Brian Bradshaw from suicidal and living off of water and cheese to survive, not exaggerating. We did an interview, you can check it out, to making multiple 6 figures a year working with people like Tony Robbins and having tons of spare time to spend with his wife and kids. And I've got a ton more crazy stories that I don't have time to share here. You can check them out in this playlist here if you'd like. So if any YouTuber thinks they can do better, then I would love a challenge, but I haven't seen anyone produce more mind-blowing results more consistently than me and my CMB program. Pre-pandemic, during the pandemic, post-pandemic, bear market, bull market, recession, depression, zombie apocalypse, we just keep winning. So I'm just gonna call it like it is. Okay, so now that we've established that I am the undisputed king of helping copywriters hit 6 figures, let's talk about how to actually do this. Starting from 0, enough teasing, Sean, let's get on with the video. The first thing I want you to understand is your job as a copywriter is not to write words.
I knew it.
Yes, at its core, a copywriter is someone who writes text that sells stuff, whether that be ads, emails, sales pages, or an Instagram caption. But understand that your job as a copywriter, first and foremost, is to make your clients money.
I like money.
Either directly or indirectly, that is the name of the game. That is your mission. As a copywriter, you're not just a writer, you're also a marketer, a salesperson, a detective, all rolled into one. Not to mention when you become a freelancer and run your own business, you're also a CEO. That's like 4 hats. 4 hats. That's a lot of hats. That's a lot of hats. Now, before we can even start talking about making money and shopping for Lamborghinis or any of that shit, okay, keep your dick in your pants. We need to talk about your skills. How do you acquire the skill of copywriting? How do you actually become good so that people want to pay you large sums of money to do this for them? Sums like 10K for a sales page, or 10K for a 7-minute video sales letter, $5,000 a month retainers, or even $12,000 a month retainers from one single client. Well, there are 2 ways of learning copywriting and both can work. The first way is free, so if you're balling on a budget, then yes, it is possible to become a pro copywriter without buying any courses or programs. Because guess what? The best copy in the world is not hiding anywhere. The best emails, sales pages, VSLs, and ads are right there in plain sight, ready for you to study and swipe and model. So if you want to learn how to write ads, go to Facebook Ads Library and you can literally search Facebook's entire database of ads for free. The biggest names in every industry, 8-figure, 9-figure, billion-dollar companies have their ads right there in front of you. Go look at the ones that have been running for more than a month, because that means they're working if they're still running. Click them, go through the funnels, look for patterns. What do they all have in common? If it's like a $5 book, buy it. Go through the funnel, look at the upsells, look at the downsells. You don't have to buy everything, but it's a great way to study what is working, because people are not going to run ads for more than a month for something that's not profitable. I can promise you that. If you want to learn sales pages, go to ClickBank and look at all the top affiliate offers they are making the most money. Study all their sales pages and their VSLs. You'll notice they all follow a very similar structure. There is a very good reason for that, and that's because after decades of different marketers testing different approaches, that is the one that has been proven time and time again to work the best and make the most sales. There's another great website. It's called swipes.co, run by my buddy Mike Shower. Shout out Mike, which breaks down tons of the best sales pages and marketing material of all time for free for you to study and learn. Mike is the real top G. Definitely go and check that out. If you want to learn email copywriting, which is what I recommend for beginners, find the biggest names in your industry and sign up for all of their lists. Use a dedicated swipe email because you will get bombarded with emails. Don't say I didn't warn you. Then study the emails. Which one makes you want to open and click and reply? Add them to a folder and study them. What do they all have in common? This is exactly how my student Ray, who I mentioned before, managed to learn copywriting from scratch and then hit $10,000 a month within 31 days. And then 90 days later, ended up writing a VSL for the Wolf of Wall Street himself, Jordan Belfort. Ray did not take any copywriting courses at all, and strictly speaking, it's actually not essential. You can learn most things from studying them and even from YouTube for free. You can check out this short video right here to see exactly how Ray did that. And to make this easier for you, throughout this series, as you're going through it, I'm actually going to be linking you to other videos that I've done, which will explain each concept in more detail. Think of this video series as more like an overview. So I recommend every time I mention a video, open it up in a different tab and then come back to all of them after this video.
Oh, okay.
Now, going back to the subject at hand, there is one massive problem with trying to learn copywriting or anything for free, and that is amongst all of the gold out there, there is an enormous steaming pile of crap and fake gurus and people who have no idea what they're talking about, and sifting through the crap to find the gold can take you weeks or even months. Not to mention, learning the wrong information can set you back months or even years because you think you're doing the right thing, but you've actually got it ass backwards and you have no idea. And then you have to go and unlearn all the shitty habits that you picked up, all the garbage you've been learning, and then do it the right way. That's the problem with being completely new and having no idea what you're doing. You won't know what good copy looks like if it literally Will Smith slapped you in the face.
Oh, wow.
And so it's very easy to get lost, which is why if you value your time more than money, which you should, because time is infinitely more valuable than money, then I do 100% recommend you pay to learn from an expert to speed up the learning curve. You could either spend a year, 2 years of your life trying to figure it out yourself, spinning your wheels in the mud and going nowhere, speaking from experience, or pay a few hundred or a few $1,000 to learn from someone who's already made all the mistakes for you so that you don't have to. But Sean, I don't have thousands of dollars to shell out on courses and programs and coaches. Exactly. And if you are a grown ass adult who can't even afford to invest a few grand into the most important aspect of your entire life, aka your own future, then that's exactly why you need to do it. It's the great catch-22 of life, my friend. So take on a second job, save up, take out a loan, sell some shit, just do what you gotta do. But please don't do what I did in the beginning and just say, I can't afford it, I'm just gonna go figure it out myself, and then use that as an excuse to make no progress. You will waste an entire year of your life eating shit, and you will hate yourself for it. I promise. 5 years ago, I invested $3.5 grand that I didn't have into a coach to learn copywriting and sales and online business. And my only regret is that I didn't do it a year earlier and save myself a year of misery. I could have skipped that year of eating shit and just gone 0 to 10K a month in 30 days from the get-go. Not as cool of a story, but a way fucking better life and a way better path to follow, I promise. And by the way, if you get one single client for just $2,000 a month, which by the way is a very standard rate for a daily email, you've made your money back within 1 or 2 months and saved yourself a year of hell. Absolute no-brainer in my opinion, and certainly a much better investment than a university degree. Take it from someone with half a mechanical engineering degree, half a sound engineering degree, half a business management degree, and nothing to show for it except $78,000 in student debt. The key here is to make sure you choose the right person to learn from, someone who has not only the results that you want, but also the life that you want as well. Very important to make sure that you vibe with them, because if their idea of success is making $1 million a year, working 80 hours a week, and they have no life, guess what they're gonna teach you how to do? Exactly. In which case, you may as well have spent years becoming a doctor or a lawyer if your goal was to make $200K a year working 80 hours a week. I'm gonna assume you're wanting to become a copywriter because you want to make bank and have the freedom to enjoy it. Now, by far the most important factor when it comes to choosing a mentor or a coach is to look at their student results. Google them, look at places like Reddit to see what people are saying about them. Okay, obviously only pay attention to the comments from people who have actually worked with them and not just the idiot moron trolls like, he sent me an email once and it had a link to buy something, he's a scammer. Because there is no shortage of those people online, trust me. Look at their testimonials and case studies. You can even reach out to a few of their students and ask for their unbiased opinions. If you're one of these everything online is fake, super skeptical people, feel free to do that extra layer of research as well. And lastly, make sure it's a program that actually teaches you how to get clients. Learning copywriting, in my opinion, is actually the easiest part of this whole game. You can do a lot of it for free, as I said, just by studying other great copywriters' emails and ads and funnels. But landing clients is the hardest part of the game. And that is why there are millions of people out there who have taken some sort of copywriting program and are making exactly $0. Now, where might you find someone with an excellent 5-year track record and hundreds of testimonials and case studies who teaches all of this? I'll leave that up to your imagination. Just make sure they have an Australian accent and that they're extremely woke. Okay, wokeness is the most important factor. With that said, we're on to step 2, which is choosing your niche and your service. The first thing that you need to do is figure out your niche, okay? And I don't mean just picking a broad category like technology or health, all right? I mean drilling down into a specific sub-niche that you truly own. As the saying goes, the riches are in the niches. The riches are in the niches. Riches and niches. Anyways, think of your niche as a pool of businesses that you could work with. If you're a big fish in a small pond, you're a lot more likely to get noticed than if you're a tiny little guppy in a massive ocean. My favorite way to do this is if you could get paid, hypothetically, $100,000 a year to write about anything you want, what would you want to write about? Go ahead, pause this and list 10 things. When you've done that, I want you to make a second list, and I want you to list down 10 different fields or subjects that you have above average knowledge and experience in. You go ahead and do that right now or after the video. Make sure you actually do it, not just say you're gonna do it. Remember, we are building your copywriting business right here. If you can't even do the most basic first step, what hope do you have to make $10,000 a month as a copywriter? Now, looking at your 2 lists that you've now completed, congratulations. If there is any overlap in your niches, congrats, that could be a perfect niche. But of course we have to be realistic because we can't always get paid $100K a year to write about photo frogs or Minecraft. So here's my 5-star niche checklist, loosely based on Hormozi's framework. Shout out Alex Hormozi. Number 1, starving market. Is there a need for a copywriter? Any business that falls inside the big 3 markets of health, wealth, and relationships will always have a need for a copywriter. Any business which sells stuff online will also have a need for a copywriter. So we can pretty confidently check this box. Number 2, is the market growing year over year or at least not declining? Like newspaper printing or coriander farming. Number 3, are they easy to find? Are they actually searchable on Google or socials? Do they publicly identify as that thing? So if you said, I want to work with trauma coaches, do they even call themselves that? If not, how are you going to identify them? How are you going to find these people, right? You want to work with these clients, either you have to go to them or they have to come to you. One of you guys has to make the first move, all right? And if you don't know each other exists, that's going to be a difficult introduction. Number 4, purchasing power. Are they willing and able to buy? Both very important components. If your client is not already making good money from their business, newsflash, they aren't going to be able to pay you much. So my advice is to avoid life coaches, charities, music, teenagers, and any business making less than a bare minimum 6 figures a year. They're only making $5,000 a month in revenue. How are they supposed to give you $2,000 a month, right? It's going to be a very tough sell. And number 5, red ocean. Hold on, Sean. What? Have you completely lost your mind? Red ocean? Okay, before you rip your pants off and take to the streets, furiously parading and protesting that Sean Ferres doesn't know what he's talking about, let me explain. What I mean by red ocean is your market proven? Are there already lots of copywriters making great money writing for that niche? I know, I get it. The Gary V's, the Russell Brunsons, they harp on and on and on about blue ocean. You want a blue ocean opportunity, something that no one's doing. As a copywriter, you do know want something that no one is doing, trust me. All right, leave blue ocean to offer owners. You are a freelancer, you're a service provider. You're trying to make $10,000 a month, not launch $1 billion empire and disrupt an entire industry. Okay, a red ocean is still a fucking ocean. There is plenty of room for another piss tiny $10,000 a month business in even the most saturated and competitive niches. The bottom line here is that you want to be in the business of helping winners win more, not in the business of rescuing losers. Okay, and because this is the internet and people hate to think for themselves, here are some great niches that you can easily make 6 figures writing for in 2024 and beyond. In no particular order: supplement brands, personal finance and investing, credit repair, crypto, dating and relationship advice, pick either men or women, golf training, golf equipment, pets, survival / prepper niche, right? There's lots of crazy Americans to sell to, dispensaries, any niche e-com store. Okay, by the way, e-com is not a niche, right? Anyone who sells any physical product online is e-com. From water bottles to dildos to expensive camera equipment, it's all e-com, okay? You need to niche down further than that. Business coaches, that's your Shopify coaches, Amazon FBA coaches, Forex trading coaches, sales coaches, online fitness coaches, that's your bodybuilding coaches, female fat loss coaches, keto coaches, vegan coaches. There are some ideas to get you thinking. So at this point, usually someone will ask, but Sean, if I choose one niche, then won't I be neglecting all of these other people that I could be working with? Yes, you will. And that is the entire point. If you try and appeal to everyone, you will appeal to exactly no one. I want you to imagine that you're at a crowded music festival. All right, Hardwell's on stage, the bass is pumping, there's lasers, strobe lights, fireworks, it's a fucking riot. Now imagine you're jumping around and you're screaming, hey, hey, hey you, hey. How many people are gonna look at you and genuinely think, oh, he must be talking to me, let me pay attention? No one. Okay, unless you're staring right at them, in which case they'll probably think you're a little crazy. Not really the kind of attention that we're going for. Now, imagine instead of saying, hey you're yelling out, hey Sam, Sam, hey Sam. Anyone called Sam within earshot is 100% going to look at you instantly and give you their full and undivided attention. That is exactly what we want. 99% of people ignore us, but the 1% who hear us pay close attention and go, that's for me. Okay, having a specific niche is like a dog whistle for the right people.
Nice job.
In a noisy and crowded market, the way to stand out isn't by shouting louder than everyone else. Okay, it's by whispering the right words softly into the ears of your prospects. If I run a dragon training company and I'm choosing between 2 copywriters and one's like, I'm a copywriter, and the other one is like, I'm an email copywriter for dragon trainers. I help them maximize their back-end sales and revenue so that they can land more high-paying dragon training clients. Who do you think I'm gonna choose? It's not even close. I'm not even gonna look at the other guy's testimonials. I'm not even gonna fucking get on a call with both of them. It's done from the first minute. I'm going for the dragon training guy. He's my guy. How could I not? The other one, you're just a general copywriter. You don't know my niche. Here's the thing, they could be completely equally skilled copywriters, but I'm choosing the second one every day of the week, twice on Sundays. That's when I train my dragon, on Sundays. So that's niche done, right? Now after that, we can move on to the third and final step of this video, which is choosing your service. We need to couple your niche with a service so that it is one main specific type of copy that you're offering to that niche that they need. We don't want to be a jack of all trades, okay? Oh, you need help with your sales page? Oh yeah, I can do that. Oh, what's that? You want blog posts? Sure, bro, I got you. Oh, what's that? You need your floor mopped? Say less, I got you. All right, we all know those people who DM you on Instagram with these giant, disgusting paragraphs. Do you need a website? Do you need YouTube thumbnails? Do you need a new logo? Maybe some TikTok ads? I can do everything. You try and cast a net that is so wide, just hoping that someone will be interested in one of the 100 things, but all that happens is that you've diluted your brand so much that they conclude you must not be good at any of the things, and so they avoid you.
You suck!
It's like a restaurant with 300 things on the menu versus a restaurant with 3 things on the menu. Which restaurant do you think is going to be better? Probably the restaurant that focuses on 3 dishes. It's a lot easier to master 3 dishes and do them really well than it is to master 300 dishes. No one is going to assume a restaurant with 300 dishes is going to be incredible fine dining cuisine, okay? Position yourself as a jack of all trades and you will be paid like a jack. Why do you think a brain surgeon gets paid 10 times more than a regular doctor? Okay, they're both in the medical niche. The brain surgeon's not 10 times smarter than a regular GP. He just gets paid to solve a very specific problem and a very high level problem, right? Life and death versus I have a cold. Understand that in life, you are paid according to the complexity of the problems that you solve. Janitor mops floors. Anyone with 2 arms and half a brain can mop a floor. Therefore, it doesn't pay very well, just like working in a warehouse. Jeff Bezos invented the entire e-com industry and permanently changed the way that we buy things with the invention of Amazon. Elon Musk revolutionized like 4 different industries at least, and is trying to make Earth a multi-planetary species, trying to take people to Mars. Literally trying to build a colony on Mars. All right, people look at these multi-billionaires and say, oh, it's so unfair that they're so rich and that I'm stuck working here at KFC for minimum wage. Blah, 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 blah. No, it is completely fair. They provide 1,000,000 times more value to the world, and so they get paid 1,000,000 times more than you. It's completely fair. Shut the fuck up and just provide more value to the world.
Oh, wow!
Stop being so selfish, okay? You're full of gifts and talents. You're just holding them back. Share those gifts with the world and you will get rich. You go cure cancer and solve world hunger and then come back and tell me you didn't make an absolute bag in the process. You solve bigger problems, you get paid more money.
I feel so alive!
That's just how it works. That is the name of the game. So here's my recommendation. If you want to get paid a lot, focus on direct response copy that's gonna make your client a lot of money. Then it is very easy to justify a high price because you're making them 10 times more than what they're paying you. So it's a total no-brainer. So pick emails, ads, sales pages, VSLs, or funnel copy. Not so much content writing like blog, video scripts, and social media posts because they don't directly generate sales and so are perceived generally as less valuable, which means lower paying. Now those things can make really good upsells if you're already offering one of the former, so I would recommend picking one of the first suggestions as your primary service, and then you can offer the other ones as upsells, because hey, if you're already writing someone's emails, you may as well turn those emails into Instagram captions and post them, and take care of your client's Instagram. You save them a bunch of time, you make an extra $1,000 a month, everyone wins. Now, obviously, make sure that it makes sense for your niche, all right? So you're not selling email marketing to plumbers when plumbers aren't even collecting or sending emails, so it just wouldn't make sense. Now, if you're thinking, but Sean, I can help them because it's a blue ocean. They're not doing email yet. Big opportunity. No, remember, red ocean, okay? We want a red ocean that is proven. We want to help winners win more. We don't want to help beginners get started like I'm doing right now, because there'll be shitty clients. I'm not saying that about you. Getting kind of awkward. They won't understand what you're doing or why you're doing it. It'll take a long time to get results. They'll nickel and dime you. They'll pay you late, if at all. And it's just a bad experience overall. Trust me. Go watch this video if you want to hear some horror stories, okay? So we've covered a lot of information in this video, a lot of mindset shifts, actionable tips. So let's put this all into action, shall we? So your homework from this video is the following 3 steps. And yes, there is homework, all right? I'm not just gonna give you a free series on how to build a 10K a month copywriting business from scratch and you're just gonna watch it and get rich, okay? Yes, you're actually gonna have to do shit in order to make money. So you may as well follow the recommended action steps / homework that I'm gonna be giving you in these videos and do them every single week. And then boom, wouldn't you know it, after the 7 weeks, you're looking down upon a beautiful, crisp, pristine 10K a month copywriting business. So number 1 is gonna be choose your niche, following the checklist and suggestions that I mentioned before. Number 2 is gonna be choose your service. What specific type of copywriting appeals to you? Okay, you're not making a lifelong commitment here. You're not carving this into stone. You're not marrying it. I just want you to pick one to learn for now. If you don't really know what all the types involve and you're unsure, I recommend you watch the 50-minute workshop in the description, which will give you an overview of my favorite all-time type of copywriting that is one of the highest paying and also the easiest to learn if you're a beginner. I'll drop a link to that below. Go check it out. That'll help you heaps. Number 3, identify 10 of the biggest names in your industry, sign up to all of their email lists, and just spend 30 to 60 minutes a day just reading their emails for the next 7 days. Open them, click them, check out their ads and their funnels and their sales pages. Favorite the ones that you really like, that you found the most compelling, add them to a special folder. For now, I just want you being exposed to good copy over and over again, so you actually know what it looks like should it slap you in the face. Some other great copywriting email lists that I do suggest you join as well are Justin Goff, Stefan Georgi, Ben Settle, Daniel Throssell, unless you're easily offended, in which case you probably wouldn't have made it this far in this video by now. You certainly wouldn't be watching my channel. And of course, I have to mention my own email list, link in the description. Okay, my good friend, that'll wrap it for video 1 in the 0 to 10K a month copywriter series. Part 2 next week will be all about building the strong foundations, a portfolio, and an online presence to knock the socks off of any potential clients who come into your orbit. So that when we start doing the hunting and the farming the week afterwards, business owners are actually going to take you seriously and the paying clients will come much, much faster. And yes, I am purposely making you wait a week between uploads and not uploading all of these at once because I don't want this to turn into Netflix where you just learn a bunch of shit and go, wow, that was amazing. Sean is so smart. I'm learning so much. You don't take any action and your life stays the same. Okay, I want you implementing as we go over the course of these 5, 6, 7 weeks and actually building your freelance copywriting business that by the end of this series, you actually have copywriting skills, you have a business, and maybe even some paying clients. In the meantime, say goodbye to this background because it is with a heavy heart that I must announce that this is the last ever YouTube video that I will be filming in this apartment. It's very bittersweet. I've absolutely loved living here in this beautiful apartment in Broadbeach with these ocean views every morning. I'm gonna miss it, I'll be honest, but it will be very nice to have a dedicated studio room. That is not a spare bedroom. But if you do like tall buildings and ocean views, then I think you're gonna like the new place. I'll see you next week, live from level 72. Ciao.